Welcome legends, new and old, to episode 5. Today we're tackling that mysterious little line at the bottom of your CV. References available on request. Sounds formal, a bit cryptic, and let's be honest, most of us aren't totally sure what it actually means or how to handle it. But don't worry, we're about to make it crystal clear. In this episode, we'll unpack who to ask, how to ask, what recruiters actually want, and how not to get caught off guard. So grab a cuppa and let's demystify this final piece of the CV puzzle. References are people employers can contact to ask about you, your work ethic, attitude, and your performance. Think of them as your professional cheerleaders, the ones who've seen you in action, who can vouch for your strengths. Great references include former managers or supervisors, team leaders or senior colleagues, course tutors, volunteer coordinators, work placement mentors. My former supervisor at the cafe I worked in, she saw how I handled busy shifts, trained new staff, and kept cool under pressure. She'd be a great reference. Let's keep it professional, and that means not your best mate, not your nan, and not someone who's never seen you work. HR isn't interested in stories from your stag do or how great you are at karaoke. Ask yourself, who knows me professionally? Who can speak positively about my skills or my progress? Who will actually answer the phone or an email when contacted? I volunteered at a local food bank. The coordinator saw how I handled logistics and supported visitors. She'd be a strong reference. How to ask without the awkwardness? Keep it simple, polite, and respectful. Here's a template. Hi Joe, I'm applying for an operations manager role and I would really appreciate it if you would be a reference for me. It might involve a quick email or a call from an employer. Would you be comfortable with that? Most people say yes, and they're often flattered to be asked. It's a great way to reconnect and say thanks for their support. Short answer, no. Just write references available upon request. It saves space, it gives you time to inform your references, and it keeps their contact information private. Have your referee details saved somewhere safe. Name, job title, email, phone, so you're ready when asked. Should you include an employer as a reference if things ended badly? Short answer, no, not usually, and that's okay. If the relationship broke down or ended in dismissal, the reference may be neutral at best. Employers want reassurance, someone who can confidently speak of your strengths. A referee who's unsure, unavailable, or holds a grudge won't help your case, even if you did great work there. If a past employer isn't suitable, here are some other credible choices. A colleague or a team lead from the same workplace, a mentor, coach or tutor, a volunteer coordinator, a supervisor from a temp agency, or a placement provider. It's not about the title, it's about who can genuinely speak to your strengths. If your only job ended badly and you don't have a professional referee, personal references can be used, but with care and context. They've seen you work in a relevant capacity, so as part of a community project, informal caregiving, organising events. They can speak to your character, your reliability and your transferable skills. They're a respected member of the community, for example a teacher, a coach or a religious leader. My neighbour is a retired teacher who sees me run local youth workshops. She's happy to speak about my leadership and commitment. Be cautious. If they're a close friend or a family member with no professional contacts, they can't speak to your work ethic or your relevant skills. It risks sounding like you didn't try to find a more objective voice. Employers want reassurance from someone who's seen you in the workplace or learning environment. Personal references can feel biased unless framed correctly. If personal referees are your best option, present them with clarity and confidence. While my formal work experience was limited and ended unexpectedly, I've continued to build skills through community involvement. Joseph Bloggs, who oversees my involvement in my local community centre, can speak to my reliability and growth. This shows honesty, initiative and a forward-looking mindset. Got a referee story or a question about who to ask? Drop it in the comments. We're here to help each other out, one small step at a time. Remember, references won't get you the interview, but they can seal the deal. They're the final yes from someone who's seen you shine. So choose wisely, stay professional, and remember, a glowing recommendation is just a good relationship away. And if you're thinking, I don't have anyone, don't worry. We'll be spotlighting alternative options and confidence building strategies in a future episode. You're never out of options. Next time we're talking about something a little bit more fun. Hobbies and interests. Should they stay or should they go? You might be surprised. So hit the like and subscribe, tap that notification bell, and until next time, stay awesome.